in that area. So we can see that on the lower time frame, this session gold has broken to the upside and got a rejection again. Possibly you could see now a downtrend, as throughout the day we saw that there was a significant drop in this market. So where we can see gold, if you look at the weekly level, this is the weekly support, and in that weekly support, if we look at the lower time frame on gold, we can see the market is trending, creating series of lower high and lower lows, which is in a downtrending market at the moment on XAUUSD. And in the downtrend, we see that there was a liquidity gap here as well, stronger, and the market now slowly breaking below from that liquidity zone at the moment. So what we can expect, as this is currently falling market, a 5 minutes bearish engulf are also being formed. So looking at the 4-hour chart here also, the market is on the intraday support level. Looking at the daily, which is, we can see that from this daily level there is a significant break below, and it's currently in a stronger downtrend. So any break of structure or a pullback with a liquidity gap is we will be looking to enter in this session. I'm waiting for all the members to show up in this live session. I hope that you guys are ready for another trading day. Today is the last day of trading week, pretty volatile day, and I would like to see that all the members are present before we do the full multi-time frame analysis. Thank you very much for joining. Santaram, hello, welcome. I hope that you guys ready for this day here in this live session. And cool, let's begin. And if you are present, say yes in the live chat when you are present. Just Kevin, thank you, welcome. Okay, so here what we can see on XAUUSD. Okay, so you can see British Pound US dollar. Also, there has been significant liquidity gap here. We will be looking at that one as well. On XAUUSD, we can see that after this breakup structure from this key level of resistance on the lower time frame, the market has managed to break below here. So with this is a resistance here, and from that resistance, if you look at, okay, so this is a resistance. From the resistance here, the market has managed to break below here. So that being said, as the market potentially gaining momentum here, we may see that the price to potentially to trend back down to this support level for long-term picture in this market. So thank you very much for being here. And where we can find our next entry in this market, this is what we will be looking at. Let's understand that first of all, as today there isn't any high impact news, so we may see that there is only we don't see any high impact news coming today. But as this is the last day of trading week, even there is no high impact news, we might see that significant move in this market. So we'll be waiting to see where we can find that trading opportunity in this market. So let's look at to see. And by the way, guys, if you haven't liked this stream, I'd appreciate if you do so. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. And we see some trend on GBP JPY. So we saw that early there was a pretty sharp bounce on GJ, so we discussed, and also we saw that there is a trend on British pound US dollar as well, which is, if you look at the daily, I think GBPUSD is showing possible bullish price action. Here it is now on a pullback, and this is the 30 minutes candlestick pattern. If you look at the 15 minutes, you can see already it grabbed again another wave of liquidity here. So it's consolidating here, creating multiple false breakdown and breakout, which might lead that price again back to the upside in this instrument here on British pound US dollar. So looking at, let's look at on XAUSD. We will be coming back to those currency pairs, as whenever we see there is an entry, we will be looking at that as well. So here is the 15-minute chart on gold. There is a doji, and expecting this market to possibly break down below here, and that break that we can see, which is a very important support, that we will be looking to enter into the trade. So let's wait to see where we can find entry in this market. And don't think it's a fake out. I don't think so. So if you look at here, you can see this is a bearish price action here, and from that level we could see the market to potentially trend back down here to this support level, and that support that you can see, this is a very important level here. And what I think that the price may potentially continue to break down here, and this is what we will be waiting for, an entry, possible entry opportunity in this market. So let's see where we can find that entry for short term at least, and then once we see enough confirmation, we can look for that our possible trade entry. As if you look at the 4 hour, that you can see, this is the intraday time frame. From the 4 hour chart, the price already has made a significant drop in that direction here in this market. Now we would like to see a deeper pullback to the upside, and it's a bear market at the moment. We will be looking for potential selling opportunity. This is the 1 hour move. If you guys look at it, you can see from here with a very stronger impulse to the upside, and with that impulse to the upside on the 1 hour, the price has reached that 20 EMA, and from that zone we could see the market to return back again in the major direction of the trend. That's what we are looking at, guys. The trend is the key. Trend is your friend as long as you are trading. That's always, all the trades that I open, all the strategy that I trade is based on the trend and in the major direction of the trend. Understanding the direction of the trend will always help you to understand the market. Either you are trading yourself manually or using any kind of AI trading tools or AI strategy, trend is key. And as you know that all the strategy that I use that currently also developed as an AI or the artificial intelligence, it's also based on the trend. Now, what does the AI is going to do? It's not gonna do all the job by itself. It's the strategy, but we need to give it to some kind of input that will help us to read the market, right? It's needed, right? Am I right or wrong? So if you look at now all the time in the chart, who do you compete with? If you are trading the market, okay, if you are trading the market, you're not gonna trading with retail trader, okay? If you're trading with the retail trader, you're not gonna win the trade. Why? Because think about a transaction. So when you are trading, when you are opening position, there is always someone else on the other side needs to take your order, right? So if you are opening buy, someone else need to open sell equal amount, otherwise your trade will not be executed. Okay, and to trade, we see there is a break on Xauusd, a bearish move. Now to trade and become as successful as a trader, you need to win the trade, right? And to win the trade, you have to trade like the smart money, right? Because smart money is the one who is making the money in the market. Do the retail trader makes money? Of course they do. And the smartest one makes more money than the smart money. Why? Because retail trader has more freedom than the smart money. Smart money has a lot of limitations. They need to wait for liquidity. They can't fill all their orders, and they need to guess the move. Okay, but as a retail trader, you don't have to wait for the liquidity. Okay, and you don't need to even guess the move, because if you already trading, then you know that when smart money bought or sold, they will leave a pattern there that you can follow. So you have something to follow. You can follow their footsteps, but they don't have something to follow. Okay, whoever comes first will get the fill, so they have to guess faster. You guess later. So it's a big advantage as a retail trader. And that's where, okay, that's where the AI is helping, because when you have a proper strategy and you know that how it works, understanding when the smart money coming in the market will give you a huge edge in the market. So being a retail trader is a blessing. Let's trade like that. And if you guys are trading with me here in this live session, you know that we do open frequent positions in this channel, and the only thing that makes sure that you always do the full risk management when you are opening the position. That's the key. So now what you can see here, Xauusd, you can see the market is in a pullback and would like to see any important key level has been hit, and then we will be entering into the trade. We see that in the meantime some yen pairs also moving. GBPUSD from here after this drop again pushing back up, so this instrument might also be bullish. We see that GBPJPY also showing significant bullish movement here. So let's look at on XAUUSD in that area where this is the price action on gold, and from this support level it's now trying to push back up for another potential liquidity grab, pushing to the upside here to that key level. And if we see that gold has gone back again to this level, which is the 4-hour resistance, around this zone we may be able to enter position here for a potential sell. Let's see how far it might go, and I think that it might try to go back again for another retest before it drop back down again in the major direction of the trend. So we'll be waiting to see where it might be heading to. Now at the moment, here is what you can see from this level. There is a drop, and with the drop from this key level of support, the market started to push back up, and it may potentially return back in that zone where there is a head and shoulder here, and we'll see that how far it might be heading to, and that might lead the price to that level. if the price is going to hit that key level here in that zone, we can look for potential selling in this market to this support level. We will be waiting to see how the price may do here. And in the meantime, don't think you're fake out. Okay, anyway, opening. Yeah, we'll see that how far it may hit, and then based on that we can look for entry. So here is the zone that you can see the market is heading back to the upside here. This is the 1 hour price action where the market also from the support level, it's possibly going back here for another retest, and then we may see the market to drop. So here is the series of lower high. If you look at here, this is a series of lower high formation, and with that series of lower high, okay, so looking at here with this series of lower high, expecting the market to retest and then to return back again from that zone where there is a support turn resistance in that area. So looking to see how far it might be going. And if you look at here, you can see there is a big drop here, and from here, if it is pushing back here for another retest, that will be an important zone that you can look for potential. Let's see where it might be heading to. This is where looking at to find that possible entry here in this market. We'll be waiting to see how the market may do, and based on that we will look for entry. This is the primary analysis. If we see the market is trending aggressively in that direction, then we may be able to look for entry below this level. Okay guys, so we can see that on Xauusd in this area, after break of this high here, the price slowly pushing back down in the zone. So it's in a zone where we would like to see proper rejection in the direction. So that's what we will be waiting. if you look at, let's delete those lines here, where a big drop so far. This is the 15 minutes. You can see with a stronger liquidity trigger here in that area, and that liquidity trigger, that if you look at, has given momentum in this market. So we may see the price to potentially drop down further here in this zone to this support level. And once we see it has done enough a pullback in that direction, we can look for entry. And we are coming to the NY session, which is basically a high liquidity time, and we might see that the market sentiment changing and we can expect bigger move. And as soon as we see that, we can look for the entry. Now, so far in this area, it's still showing bearish, and what I think the price may today retest this 3340 or even below further. Now for an entry, we would like to find a very high probability setup. This is the 1 hour price action, 30 minutes candle closed with a bearish doji, which could break below. So therefore the bias here is downside. But let's look at the 1 minute again. Now you can see here we saw a sharp move from this level to the key level, which is how many pip here? We saw just around 39 pip move to the key level, to this level, and from that zone, so if you look at here, it's matching with this higher time frame, and the market has just got that rejection from this level after retest of this key level. Now currently it's pressing back below, so we found this key level currently on the 15-minute chart, and we will be combining the 1 minute and 15 minutes for any further entry. As the market is bearish here at the moment, we will be looking for entry once we see the price has given that proper possibility to enter into the trade. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. We see there is a sudden drop on Xauusd, and that drop might lead this price potentially back below. We might see that a significant drop. Okay, we have seen there is a significant drop on Xauusd as we discussed, and that drop may lead that price to come back down here that we discussed on the 4 hour. If you look at, which is a sharp drop, and that sharp drop may bring that price back below here. So if you look at let's look at the 1 minute chart, what kind of market structure is forming. And so you can see here, this is a series of lower high in this area, and with that series of lower high, the market managed to break below. And what I think that you can see, this is the 4 hour. After this candle closed, the price started to drop down, and that drop that you can see is okay. Now it's trying to pull back, so you will be waiting for any entry after it has done a pullback. So you can see here from the 1 minute. This is the previous session's high, and that high, if the price reaching that level, this is another 15 minutes high. All right, so these two level, let's wait to see the ATR here, 18 pip, and this is the 65 pip. So basically, if the market is reaching that level, where you will be able to see here the important level, that is the key level. So if the market is during the lifetime of this 15 minutes candle, if the price is reaching there, we can look for possible sell. So if the price is reaching here, we will be looking for possible sell from this level to this level, from 3348. If we see the market reach that level, that's where you can look for an entry to see if it is hitting that level. I hope that guys, you are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day, where that's where the market is trending here, hit that key level and slowly trying to break below here in this area. So we will look to see that where pardon me, where we can see the market to trend. Now this is the 1 minute. In this 1 minute chart, the market is so here we will look to see that the market is going back up and then testing and then rejecting back again. So we would like to see one single move for any entry. That's very important to see that one single move and then to return again in the direction of the trend. The key here is to find a high probability setup. Now, even if it takes a little time for us to wait for an entry, that's fine, because as long as we have the proper strategy to enter anytime, we can find an entry in this market. So the two key very important aspect before we look for any entry, one is risk management, which is very important. Second is patience. Okay, so as long as we have the trade, we will be entering. There will be, we do open quite a few trades every day, almost in every session. And you can see this is the 15 minutes price action coming, and the price is approaching that resistance line, which is very important point to look at to see if the market is now testing and then rejecting or going up again for another retest. So if you look at the 5 minutes, that we will always and I always look to 15 and 1 minute chart. So if you look at this 15 minutes price action here, we can see the price below this 10 and 20 EMA, which is a downtrend, and head and shoulder with multiple liquidity gap, which is also showing possible downtrend. So the price is biased in that direction here on this lower time frame. So if you look at again 1 minute, that's where the move, and two important key level of resistance, one is here, the other one is here, and these two level that we can see that the market to possibly retest and then to return again in that direction. That's what we're waiting to see how the market might be doing in that area. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Okay, so you see that the market has made its bounce. Now getting that rejection after this 15 minutes retest. All right, so cool. That's 5 minutes price action. And that's where the market has made its primary rejection here. So let's wait to see where it may be heading to. Now at the moment, the price is pretty, we saw the rejection. Look at the 4 hour, 1 hour. So this is another key level, and so we see that this is the 1 hour, which is possibly a doji that we could see, and the market is bearish. So here 35 pip, the bias is still down, so we can see the market is slowly creating that bearish pressure. 5 minutes also a bearish candlestick pattern formation, and so this is the 5 minutes candle, which is closing as a bear candle. I would look to sell this candle now, is showing possible bearish. So that's gonna be with proper risk management, guys. Just please don't jump on the trade. 36 pip stop loss only, and would like to target here a 2 TP, one to set, one is to the longest, to the weekly support here. So which is the weekly support is here, and looking at here the weekly support is well below. This is the 5 minutes, and we will be targeting, so first 2 to 1, and then we can keep that trade running if needed. Xauusd opening sell. So based on this 5 minutes candlestick pattern, stop loss above this 5 minutes candle, and placed a sell on XAUSD and expecting that this market to potentially drop back down. So placed a sell on XAUSD and we'd have a possibility for a drop. We'll be explaining later the education, guys. So if you're keen to learn, make sure you don't miss out this session. This is a very important session. That's where we will be also opening position, and also we will be discussing about the education. First, let's secure some PEEP here. If you guys excited, make sure you like this stream. Make sure you do proper risk management. Please don't open any position without this stop loss and without proper lot sizing. So basically you need to make sure that you do proper lot sizing and your position is not more than what you can afford to lose, and highly encourage you to open in a demo account here if any position. So here is what you can see on the lower time frame, a bearish price action potentially being here, and the 5 minutes candle is a pin bar, bearish pin bar, and therefore we expecting that this market to turn back here to the support level. The 15 minutes candle closed with a bearish price action, so expecting that the market to come down and weak fill. Now weak fill is very important, guys. Today we had a AI workshop in the academy. We discussed about the weak fills, and which is a very important to know that how weak fill works. So I have a strategy based on weak fill. And if you guys knows what is weak fill, you know. If you don't know, then be curious. Okay, here the trade is running in profit. Let's keep running. Be curious, guys. The curiosity is the key in trading, right? So the trade is moving in the direction. Now curiosity is key. Why? Because when you are curious, you actually always staying ahead of most of the traders, because according to research, intellectual curiosity makes better traders. So always be curious and ask questions. Why? Okay, so why am I opening this trade? Have I done the risk management? Like that. So what we can see here, a drop that expecting in that direction. So if we see enough drop, enough profit running, we will be taking, but it's still running in, still probability to drop here, and would like to say that it's coming back below in that direction here. So here is so far bearish, and let's wait to see. This is the 1 minute price action. If it is going back again for another liquidity gap, 15 minutes so far bearish, and okay, so this is the 1 minute. We would like to see one more rejection back here. It's very tight stop loss here, and we have only 35 pips stop loss in this volatile market. It's not a big one, and so therefore we have seen so far 19 pip, 20 pip move, and trying to go back here for liquidity gap. I don't want it to happen, and okay, so if this 1 minute candle would like to see new lower low, just letting you know, guys, if this 1 minute candle not breaking below this low, we will be closing running profit, and then we will be re-entering if needed. because if this 1 minute candle not breaking below, that means there is a probability to go up. So which is, we see that it's breaking below. All right, so it's going in the direction. Okay, so going in the direction, and as soon as I will be taking profit, I will be giving a shout out. Still running in, and I'm taking profit right now. I've taken profit, and which is, let's see, we'll be re-entering again on a high probability setup. So you have 21 pip secured profit, and here, okay, so I have closed that, and we will be re-entering further entry, and let's build that pips here on the, this is the channel where you guys will see the most pip gain, but just make sure that you always stay connected by joining the Telegram. Also, you can find link below for more update, education, analysis that I am posting every day. Along with, also you may find a joining option to the academy to this for more updates and education. We'll look to see where it might be heading to. Thanks for joining. And here is what you can see here in this area. Okay. We can see that the market so we see that there is a pullback to the upside. So I am out with the 21 pip profit. If you guys you can give a feedback if you're still running or you have closed the position. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm bearish on the XY. Do you trade on live account or no? I trade on my own live account. How big did you enter? So depending on, so here is, you can see the market in this area. Okay, so you can see from here a big drop to that, and now what we could see here, okay, so here you can see a bearish price action on the 15 minutes and 30 minutes bearish price action. And from that zone, we could see the market to potentially returning back here in that direction. So we'll see that. This is the 1 minute chart, which is, if you look at here, you can see this is a stronger liquidity gap here, and expecting the market to come back down in that direction. We'll be waiting for the market to show its hand. Thank you for taking the time to walk us through your process analysis and setup. You are welcome. It's just beginning. We just started. We have few trades coming, hopefully in the next hour. So there is a lot to take from here, guys. We will be focusing on education, trade, as well as analysis. So just to get a feedback, guys, have you got the profit on this trade? Say yes if you have got, and how many pip you can write, even if it is a smaller, I would like to see how many members watching here open the position, have got the trade. So say yes and write the number pip, and then if you want to accelerate your process of learning, don't miss to join the free Telegram channel. You can find link below this video. Telegram here, you can find that link. Trade is still running 40 pips. Okay, Kevin, Zofia, yes. Raging, I am on trade gold. I am not trading gold yet. Okay, that's fine. It's okay not to be trading. Level gold daily within the. Okay, so ahead and cooking, yes. Hitting the 3320 level on Xauusd today is within the realm of possibility, especially considering the current market condition. 3320. Yeah, I am still biased in the bearish direction, right? So because yes, 23 pip. Okay, Alan, well, cool. Now I'm still biased for a bearish move here. Okay, so if you look at, now you can see that this is the 1 hour chart where 1 hour resistance, and it's a, if you look at, it's a 1 hour bearish move that you can see, and that's where, if you look at that, you can see this is a bearish price action here in that area. And if you closely look at, what do you see here? The market is forming that structure, right? So taking the move is understanding when to enter. You see, this one is my entry call. This is a false breakout. If you can, Dr. Kumar, welcome. Yes, 9 pip was laid on. That's okay, as long as you had the positive growth. That's where the key. Now, I mentioned you guys. Okay, keep in mind that always stay two important point. Okay, one is be optimistic. Secondly, wait for high probability setup, and then trade with the trend. Now, understanding trend is essential. How do you understand the trend? If you watch what is the trend, you're not gonna understand what is the trend. To understand the trend, you need to know the structure, the market structure, right? So that's the key. How do you read the market structure, which is the very basic and foundation, but always revisit the foundation. All right, so that's where the real trader trade the market. They revisit the foundation. They look at things from beginner mindset, right? That's where you need to look at the things from beginner mindset. Now, when you look at things from beginner mindset, you started to see the chart completely different. So how do you understand the market structure from a very beginner mindset? If you look at, to understand the market structure, to read the trend, what do you need here? See, these are the things that very few might tell you, but I will highly encourage you to give a thumbs up, guys, and take notes. So the first thing, when you are looking at the market that is trending in a downtrend, series of lower high, not series of lower low. Series lower low could be, when it is in a downtrend, the low is more often chaotic. So what do I mean by this? See this trend line or the high of those candlestick pattern. You see very smoothly series of lower high, and when you look at the low, you can see it's very chaotic. It's not that way expected. You see it's on a support level here now, but the series of lower high is nicely organized. So now what is the advantage of knowing series of lower high? Okay, the advantage of knowing series of lower high is that whenever the market breaks that series of lower high, it's a very good place of entry. And combining with ATR, very important indicator. How many of you are knowing or have familiar with ATR? Combining with the ATR will give you a high probability entry every time you enter the market. We see that on Xauusd currently, all right, so you can see it's a downtrend creating series of lower high, and once we see the market has done that, given that entry we can look for, but the most important, as we mentioned, is to look for the trend. Now, because it's creating series of lower high and maintaining that, we sell. Okay, we sold the market and successfully we close one trade, and we can look for further entry opportunity. As you can see, it's putting the pressure on this support level, and that support may continue to push back down here for another move in that direction. So GBPUSD also showing some possible bullish pattern here. So some of my I was running a trade on GBPUSD. Probably I have to secure some profit here. Okay, now we secured those trade. Now what we will be waiting for the next entry in the next phase is for this market to cross another key level. That's what we are waiting for. If we look at in this area, so if you look at here, you can see the market was forming series of lower high, and in that series of lower high it crossed the 10 EMA and 20 EMA, and as they have crossed that 10 and 20 EMA, the price below this support level, we may see the market to trend back down. So here it has formed a visible head and shoulder in this area. So if you look at here, you can see this is head and the left shoulder and the right shoulder. So two significant head and shoulder that you guys can see in that area, where with these two head and shoulder, the market may, okay, so you move, pull back, move. So it's forming a possible head and shoulder, and that head and shoulder might lead that price again back towards the downside here. And now let's wait for possible another entry level. Okay, so to find another entry, we need to find another level. So from the, let's delete these lines and wait for another entry. Say yes if you guys need another entry, then we'll be looking for another entry. I would like to see how many members want another entry, and then we'll see that. Thank you, Kevin, welcome. The price action, GBPUSD right now, thank you, welcome. Say yes guys if you want another entry. So say cheaper Jackson, yes. Martin, welcome. Do you have open position on gold? No, I had old position that I have closed it. Yes. Okay, crazy to yes. Anyone here? Yes, say yes. Okay, Victoria, Animos, yes. Anyone else on the yes side? So if I see that majority of the viewers wants, almost all viewers, we might be able to find another entry. Dr. Kumar, yes. And also you can write your currency pairs, that which one you are trading. All right, so yes, we need more yes. I see that everyone not is still engaging. Say yes, so that you know that there is a trade, and we can look at this. We had a successful one and we want to find another one, but I would like to see that all the viewers saying yes. Say yes in the live chat so you can see. Okay, DV, Zofia, Kurt, Kevin, well done, very good job, thank you, awesome. So you see that a shower of yes, which is everyone really enjoying this session, and thanks for enjoying and also being more active on that. So now for the next entry, now I, all my strategy that I use, what I call the fourth dimensional strategy. Okay, now this is what I call the fourth dimensional trading. So what is fourth dimensional trading? We normally trade candlestick strategy, that indicators. You might be using RSI, moving averages that you can see in my chart. But there is another dimension which very few traders look at and use, and that is timing. Okay, not the time frame. And that timing comes from experience. Guys, keep in mind that that timing comes from experience. So when you gain experience, you have better timing. So what is the timing? Not timing in terms of entry or time frame. Is the timing what is happening in the chart? Now, for example, if I give you an example here, this is 4-hour candle. All right. So, and look at first of all where this 4-hour candle currently at. We see that it's 50 minutes remaining for this 4-hour candle close. And if this market is going to retest that level, that 4-hour resistance, within range of this 4-hour, within some period of time, okay, before the candle close, going to retest there before the candle close. That means that not immediately before, earlier before the candle close, we might be able to find another entry in that area. So that is timing. That is fourth dimensional trading, which means that at what time the price is hitting that important zone, okay, which is also related to volume. But the timing is more of experiential, and which is very important. Keep in mind, guys, true knowledge comes from experience. Okay, everything you learn, grow, which is based on textbook, or the external information, which is not first hand. The first hand experience is, the first hand knowledge is experiential. Okay, so therefore the experiential knowledge is trading is the key, and you find a rarely a trader who have experiential knowledge in trading, because it's very boring, and boring trading sitting all day long is a difficult thing, right? That's why it is very difficult to find a trader who has that experiential knowledge. But you don't have to reinvent the light bulb, right? So that's why I explain everything in depth and in detail, so that you guys understand it. That what I have said just a couple of minutes ago about this price action, that when you see that a candle open and moved in one direction, especially in the direction of the trend, and before the candle close, not just immediately before the candle close, early enough the market reach that level again, high chances you will return back further again in the direction of the trend. So that being said, you can see the market now pushing back to the upside here in the same way. This is the 5 minutes move, and I would like to see that it's this move before the candle close is going to hit that 335455 level or near there, and then we can look for another entry opportunity. Thanks for joining, and absolutely would like to see everyone ready for big move here. Thank you for confirming here. Well done. Thank you. Being this group has helped me grow, not only trader but also as a person. I'm grateful for knowledge, support, and inspiration I continue to receive. This is this channel is, if you guys have seen that here, not only we trade but also we discuss about the trading psychology, because trading psychology is very, very important. Now trading is freedom, guys. If you thinking that okay, how trading is, it's in the beginning little harder, okay, especially in the beginning, but once you get to that point, once you understand how trading works and how to do the risk management, how to open positions, and then based on that and based on risk management, enter the trade and manage the trade properly. Once you get familiar to it, familiar means that once you develop that habit and develop the neuro pathway in your brain, okay, you become a better trader. It's freedom on the other side, right? So the developing neuro pathway is key. We see the market is hitting that level. While we trying to hit that level, let's understand you don't need a lot of trades to develop that habit, okay, because it's just a couple of trades, 20, 30, 40 trades, and when you see that, okay, that dots has been connected, right? So you started to see the opportunity which is not there, okay. Many people may not see those opportunities, and you start to see because you program your brain to see those opportunities, and then trade based on risk management, which is very important in terms of trading. If you look at now, that's why anything you want to learn, it takes time. There is a learning curve in everything, but in trading, it's, if you can accept that learning curve, okay, it becomes very easy for you to learn and grow as a trader. And that's why it's essential that you always keep learning and growing, and don't lose hope ever if you have a losing trade, because it's a part of process. So the most successful trader has many losers but few winners. That gives them everything back when they are trading, and that's the key. Now here you can see that this is the 5-minute chart here on XAUSD, and this move that we can see is approaching the price to the key level that we can see. So you can see the market is going back to hit that potentially this neckline here of this move, and that might be a possible opportunity for us to enter. Okay, so here is the move that we can see from this level, which is pretty sharp bounce, and now that bounce, would like to see that this price is going to straight back to that key level. Now it may return again from that level, but for me to enter, I would like to see that it's hitting that green bottom support of this green candle, and that might give that the price to drop again, a probability to drop before the candle close. We still have 40 minutes for this price to close, and that time frame is important to see it's going up and hitting that level. So waiting to see where it might be heading. Are you a full-time trader? Of course I'm a full-time trader, having mentoring. Okay, there's a lot of work to do, and that's fun, isn't it? Because I love trading. When you do something that you like, that it becomes easy, right? So which is very important. Okay, ranging, yeah, absolutely. Joanna, welcome. I've been part of this team over years, and I've been learned so much, just not trading strategy, but also the importance of commitment, patience, and self-discipline. Yeah, these all are key component of becoming a better trader. Welcome, thank you. How much do you make being a full-time trader? So in terms of, if I tell you in terms of figure, it might not make sense because different region, different figure. Okay, but if I tell you in terms of my past, when I was a full-time, I was a civil engineer working in a company 10 years ago. So if I tell you from that perspective, okay, that what I have earned yearly that time, which is you can multiply with 100. So 100 times more than what I had in my full-time work. So that's what it is. So that's a huge difference, isn't? That's the freedom that I was talking. So you can, being a trader is huge. So if you become a trader, whatever you are earning, you also can multiply with 100. Okay, so if you are earning 100,000, then you can multiply with 100 being a trader, very even sometime more. And if you are earning 10, then you can multiply with 100, right? So if you are earning 10,000, then you can multiply with 100, which is 100,000. Okay, which is way more than expectation, and that's freedom, because that the market that we are trading is a $1 trillion market, that every day coming a huge volume. But our goal here is not just to become a trader, but to have a freedom, right? Everyone's ultimate goal is freedom. So trading is freedom. You need nothing but just one PC or laptop, and then go anywhere, trade anywhere, live anywhere. Okay, that's the best thing you can do. Being a trader, 10 million is not a big deal. Okay, that's why in this market, the richest, all those richest people that you can see, it's not a big deal. It's less 10 million a year. It's just you need to dream big. Okay, it's there. It's there for you. The only thing that you need is commitment. Okay, that someone has said in the past. Commitment, dedication, and then see it in your mind. Keep working, and it's there for you. Don't quit. Okay, even if you find it difficult, trade on demo account. You don't have to do it overnight, right? So you don't have to become a trader overnight. You need to trade every day, but you don't have to be a trader overnight. So now where the market is gold, you can see that it's bounce here, bounce back to that resistance line, and from this level, expecting it to push back here to that level, to this key level. And that's where you can see the market is trying to trend in that area. And okay, so it's hitting a very important key level. We might be able to find potential entry in the, let's see, the 4 hour, approaching that key level. So this is the 4 hour high. Okay, now here is the move that you can see, pretty sharp move back to the upside. Now you can see from this level, that's a move. So you can see from here, pretty sharp bounce back to the upside, and that is where the market is possibly heading back to the upside, to this level. And you can see the market is pushing. Okay, so where we can see the price is hitting that level. And okay, we are in a very important level that you can see the market is in that area. So therefore, as the market hit that key level, what we can expect in this market to have a possible rejection. So the price has reached that level that we expected here, and let's wait to see for any entry for our okay, so here I will be opening further position. We see the market in a very important key level at the moment. So I will be opening, this is the market in a hit a very long a move here to this level. So I will be opening sell in that area from this level, which is what you can see here. And that's where you can see the market is. So this is a pretty important a level here. So that's support, and there is a resistance line here. We see there is a 55 pip stop loss targeting to this level, 221, opening another sell on XAUSD, and the stop loss here on this trade is 3361.11, and TP target here 3344.02. Open a sell on XAUSD from this level for a possible break below, and it's a big move back to the upside, expecting a rejection here. So here, as you can see, that the market is trending in that area. Do you only do you every day? Yeah, every day, yeah, absolutely. I do come every single day on live, and here you can see the market. This is a move that you can see a clean bounce back to the upside, and now I'm short this trade. Could work out or could not, but we're waiting to see that the market to possibly to return. It's a counter trend trade from this resistance line, so the stop loss at 3361.11, expecting it to here to reject back down with another momentum to see where it is heading, and that's where the market, if you look at here, you can see from this level it reached a very important key level. There is a very strong uptrend, but I'm expecting to return again because it's a long term. So if you look at the 4 hour, you can see the market has reached that 4 hour level. So if this market wants to break above, it should be crossing quite a few sessions high. Right, so here we have sold, and at least if we see the market is coming here, we'll be able to secure another trade with almost 47 pip. And this is the, if you look at the 5 minutes, you can see this is a pretty sharp bounce here, and that's where you can see the market is heading back to the upside in that direction. Thanks for joining. Welcome. Congrats to you for replacing. Thank you very much. Okay, here is the move that you can see, and with that being said, here this is the area that we are looking to find possible entry. Okay, so if you guys look at it, you can see this is a move, and that's a, with this move here, okay, would like to see a change of trend. Now if we see that trend change, might see the market to break below again, though here is showing some bullish pattern. So it reached that key level here where the market has gone, and Okay, now with this one here, the trend is from here pretty sharp bounce. Okay, so you see that there is another candle close. This is, if you look at 15 minutes. So a little bit of disconnection. The market didn't hold it, it just bounced. So this trade didn't work out, but we'll be looking to see what's happening. And what I think we might see, let's wait to see. The price has broken above from this level, and that move that we can see, so where you can see a sharp bounce. So where the market has just broken above, and that might lead this price, this is a sharp bounce to the entry. And what I think that the price may, if you look at here, you can see this is a key level, and now it's an unusual bounce here. So it might potentially even could reverse, so you will not be entering into the trade here. And so you see that it just has broken above with a stronger momentum. Now for us to see if this is a reversal or a rejection. So let's see, this is the daily resistance here in that area, and that has given possibility to see if the market is breaking above again in this area. So we can see that from here, this is where the move, and from this support level it's pushing back again to the upside here. And because this is the daily resistance, we may see the market possibly going back to the daily key level of resistance here. So that might take that price back to the upside again, and we'll see that where it managed to break to the upside. So here it's a pretty sharp bounce. We'll see that where it is heading to. Thanks for joining the live session, guys. If you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Let's look at to see where it is heading to. Okay, let's see. And here you can see this is a pretty sharp move. That's a bounce. Okay, this is sharp bounce, and DXY going, so gold most likely to drop. I must have learned a lot in short following you, John. Yeah, so basically, if you guys it's all about focusing. Okay, there is a channel, there is a lot of content that I'm posting every day in the channel, that also helpful to you to learn and grow as a trader. So the key here is having a clear intention to learn, so to grow as a trader. So once you set the intention to learn and grow, it becomes much easier. Okay, so there is always content available for you to learn. For those who are in the academy, there is also mentoring, one-on-one support, everything is available. Just you need to make sure that you are remaining consistent as a trader. And also keep in mind, guys, trading is all about probability. Some trade may not work out, but you need to always trade based on risk management, so that you're not that over trading, FOMO trading, maintaining the trading psychology, which is very important. So from here you can see that at move, and which is heading back to the upside here, and that might DXY gaining, becoming positive. So in the last moment, because this is weekend, there might be some sentiment change, but let's see what it might be doing now. Both moving in the same direction, which is sometime unusual, and gold supposed to drop from that level. It didn't do that because there is something going on, probably because I'm on live. If there is any unusual news has come out, let's wait to see the Forex factory. Okay, looking at the Forex factory here, look at the calendar where so look at the news. Is there anything has come out? So 1 hour 30 minutes ago. All right, cool. And here is, that is basically this is a sharp bounce. So that bounce might take that price to this level here, because it's a rejection of the lower price, and that rejection of lower price might take that price back to the upside again, which is, you can see the market is hitting that level. And from the daily, so that means it's most likely you could see the market is going to hit 3370 level. So if you look at here, you can see, and that might hit that 3370 level here on this, which is one single move back to the upside. And that move, if you look at, this is the daily resistance line, right? And the market has dropped so far that below, and this is weekend. If you look at the weekly price action, the possibility for this price to going to, if this candle is straight, going to hit that daily 3370 level, that might be an opportunity for us to look for short-term sell. Again, the third trade that we will be looking at here, it's a one single move that you can see, and because it's started to move back to the upside with such a big move from the 1 hour, if you look at, and this is the daily level, daily resistance line, let's draw a box in that area. So if the market is going to that level where there is a daily resistance line, this is where we will be looking for potential selling in this market. We'll be waiting to see how far it might be going, and then we are entering into the trade. So you can see that it's a pretty sharp bounce here to this level, and you can see it's going potentially back to that level where there is a liquidity here. and would like to see that it's going to that level, and that's a daily resistance. Okay, and this 1 hour candle might hit that level, and if it is hitting that level, you can see that these all are long wick candlestick pattern in this area. Okay, and that's gonna be a very important zone that you could see the price is going to sharply test that level. All right, so that's what we're waiting to see. GJ is in a very sharp bullish move that we can see, GBPJPY, and that bullish move is quite strong that we can see. From here it bounced and it may continue to rise here. And we are focusing on Xauusd. We will be entering also the currency as soon as we will find it, but at this moment this move, they're expecting it to go back to 3370 level, which is the daily resistance, and that one single move going back to the daily resistance can give a possibility for this market to revert again back here. So that's what the daily level that has opened earlier. So I'm drawing a box here. Okay, now this is the daily resistance line here. If you guys enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up. Did you like this stream? And also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. So which is, in fact, we might see that this market is going to that daily level, daily resistance line, and if it is hitting the daily resistance today, then one single rejection that we can expect for this market to come back here again for another liquidity grab. So this is a 5 minute candle closing, potentially be as a doji that you can see, and so you have more 15 minutes back to back, quite a few 15 minutes candlestick pattern formation here. So looking at the 1 hour chart, also this this daily resistance also aligning with the 4 hour 20 EMA level. So it might also go ahead and hit that 4 hour 20 EMA, which is also an important area of value. So if we look at the 4-hour 20 EMA level here, which is one single move, and that is also that we can see on the 1-hour 20 EMA, 4-hour 20 EMA daily resistance. It's one sharp bounce to that level here. So the price crossing from daily 20 EMA to the 10 EMA. So that might be a possible trend change call. What do you think? It's possible, but we can see this is a one single move to the upside on the 1 hour, and it is possible for the next one again to sharply drop back down, or we might see that a trend change call because it's end of the week. Okay, but I was waiting for the market to hit this key level on the 1 hour, which it didn't do that, and that's where we need to look at, in fact, what kind of market structure is forming here. Okay, now approaching that 20 EMA from the 1 hour that you can see, and so from here that we can see move, and which is one single move from the daily. If we look at the price approaching the daily level, now in terms of the ATR, that if we look at this candle is nearly, so it's 98 pip ATR, so which is more than 2 ATR already crossed, so which is going to almost to nearly to 3 ATR candle in one direction. Now, as this market has moved in that direction here, now we can see it's one single clean bounce back to the upside with a one single move. If you guys look at it, you can see it's a clean move back to the upside, and which is approaching that 4-hour level, also hitting that daily resistance line. Now almost to the daily resistance line. We need to look at if this market with this move is it a trend change or just going for liquidity grab and then returning back again? As we would like to see that we will be entering into the trade that has a higher probability for entry. Now if you look at here, you can see this is an important level of resistance. Okay, and it has crossed that high. The market just hitting the daily level. Still hit those here, and that's a daily level. It's a one single move back to the upside, okay, with a stronger momentum. So what the market might do here with this move, pardon, we might see the market is going to hit potentially this key level, and then and then the market to return back again to the direction of the trend. Can this mean manipulation? Manipulation is a part of trading, so it's a liquidity grab. That's where the market moves. So it's because the market already so far today has moved well below to this below this 20 EMA. So when the price trade below 20 EMA, which is a very important level that you can see, as the market trading below 20 EMA, we saw the buyers has come out and then started to buy. Now that market, if you look at it was a falling market, and it could be a change of trend or just going to retest the daily high and could come back down again, depending on what kind of how the market is closing here. And what I think that after this candle close, we might see a rejection back to the upside and then returning again. So that could possible to form a long wick and then to revert back again in the direction of the major trend, so which we could see to happen. If that's happening, then we will be able to enter into the trade again. Now that move, we would like to see extension. Now here series of lower high. This is the an important trend line here that you can see in this area. Okay, so this is trend line, and that trend line that you can see, it has completely violated. So currently is approaching this level, which is 3375 level, with this one single bounce. It just has crossed the daily zone, and we see some rejection here trying to come up. So the 4-hour close coming. So if you look at the 4-hour, that's a a big bull candle. I'm mostly focused on the 1 hour time frame, as it's a big ATR candle to the daily key level. Let's delete those lines. And so if this market straight going back even here to the another side of the daily high, we might see that the rejection again from that level. So it is possible to straight even go back to hit 3387 level and then crossing that daily high, and then to return back down again to close as a doji, because it tested this daily low and the market rejected because it's an uptrend. The price below the daily 20 MA, below the previous daily low. So there is a buyers here, okay, and that buyers that you can see has given that momentum and the market started to bounce. So the price was trading below 20 MA, below previous daily low. Welcome guys. Trade, yep, thank you, could be changed. Fundamentals, because of the it's because of the weekend and new order comings, the market in a very two important factor. Technical aspect is the price back to back 2 days traded below 20 EMA, okay, which is a buy zone for the buyers. Secondly, it's an uptrend. Thirdly, it's Friday, so there is a sentiment change. Because it's Friday, sentiment change, traders would be interested to open buy here. So that's where you can see the market shift its sentiment, started to move, and we may see that it's going back up here for another possible. So this is 1 hour move. What it could do, even go back up here. It may go, may not go. It may return from here, or it may go back up here and then reject back again. So for us to find a trading opportunity, because we trade on the lower time frame, you can see this is the 1 minute chart. It's a big a bullish move. So 1 hour price closed, and now to see if this is coming below here. Okay, I will be taking a trade here with a possible for a drop, because it's the zone that we will be taking another a little risk here with a proper risk management and targeting to this neckline 221, because it's a bear market, and with a proper risk management, of course. So we'll be looking to see that the market is trending and potentially coming to this neckline here. Open sell on XAUSD. and possibility they're expecting the market to trend back down, though it is still bull market. And so here targeted to 3348, so stop loss for my trade is at 3377.42, TP target at 3348.22, and as it's a one single move back to the upside, because this is the 1 hour price action, and expecting it to trend back down to certain level here. So this is a possible recovery trade for our previous trade. So we open that sell now, expecting a rejection here. It may do, may not do. We have done I've opened a very smaller risk trade and would like to see that it's breaking below here. So let's see either if it is going back again another momentum. If you look at the 1 hour, it's a big 180 hour candle, so expecting that the market to come down here for another liquidity gap. Now it may form a double bottom and try to go back again. So let's see what kind of price action it may form here. So wanting to see that it's coming below for another wave of drop, possibly to that support level. In the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Now here is, we see some narrower consolidation, open sell here, and I would like to see a possible drop back below as the price has hit a very important level with a one bigger long candle. And if it does with this as a reversal like that, we could see a drop back. The 2 5-minute candle close, both of them possible bearish, and So here it's trying to push back up here in that area, and this is the 1 hour price action. Now here is head and shoulder here in that area, and that might lead that price to come down. Now if it is breaking below, only in that situation we'll be able to see the market is coming down here for another trend. Otherwise we may see that, okay, so it's coming back below, and now if it is creating a reversal pattern here, then possibly to move another flight. Okay, so if the bull's not getting enough strength, we might see now this is the 1 minute candlestick pattern where it's just trying to push back up here, and it's the 1 hour. For me, I think it's still possibility to come down to fill that zone. So it's forming it might grab more liquidity, and this is the 5 minutes candle closed here. Okay, now this is the market has crossed that high from the 1 hour. Now to see if So from the 1 minute, looking forward to see a rejection possibly here, and it already crossed that high. At this point, it has now 1 minute a red pin bar here, so we'll see what kind of market structure forming if it is coming back again from this resistance line. A 1 minute bearish engulfer form, and that might be a bearish price action. Let's wait to see. Okay, if it breaks down from that level, so far oh my god, so cold here. Okay, so here it's if you look at the 1 minute, that has got now form a double top, now expecting a reversal pattern here, breaking below. Let's wait to see if it is doing that. Then if this market breaks below from the 1 hour, if we look at, we may see straight comparatively a drop here, so we're waiting to see. And so far it's nearing to the entry, and would like to see at least halfway move here. That means 50% move to the direction, and let's see that what here it is doing in this area. It's very weird price action here, and waiting for a possible directional drop in this market to trend back down, to possibly come down here. So that being said, looking at here the 15 minutes, after this such a big move, it formed a doji, and that might lead that price potentially back to this support or is just gaining momentum. That's what we're looking to see. Here you can see the market so far in this area. This is the 5 minutes. After a 5 minutes pin bar here, we'll see that if it is forming a bearish structure here and then coming down after forming a double top. Now there is no significant level of that stronger structure formation here. So if this market breaks below, we might see that coming here again to this neckline. So it might come back here for a possible neckline. And that being said, it is possible for this market to possibly drop here further. And so this is a very important neckline here. If you guys look at it, you can see. And if the market drop here, that's where we may see that the price to hit that level. Okay, we can see some improvement in the market, bearish market. So which is running in profit at the moment. Okay guys, so hope that you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up. Here you see the market is in fact showing that pattern. Expecting that the market to trend back down here. So far bearish move. So far we are on the direction. We are on the right side here, and so far moving in our favor. Here is we can see there is a head and shoulder formation, and expecting it to melt back below so we can cover the previous trade. We had the first trade winner, second trade was loser, third trade would like to see that coming as a winner here. Now in this area here, what you can see that the market is from this high started to break below, and we may see that potentially further downtrend continuation here. You guys with me? We are running in profit, and here it's pushing down, and this is the 1 minute, which is showing pretty sharp bearish. We are running in around 38 pip profit here. Showing that bearish move possibly to come back further. British pound US dollar start to drop, and what you can see on GBPJPY also started to drop. There is a rejection, but I think we might see ultimately to bounce back up. GBPJPY, this is a bull market. And on Xauusd, start to move back down here, which I'm holding it for a possible further bearish move here in that market. Okay, so it's trying to push back up. And okay, here you can see from this level it's trying to push up, which is not expected. Let's see that 1 hour. We see that 1 hour long wick rejection, and now it's not worth closing earlier because we want to take some good move here. And so 1 minute, there you can see the market has a drop now on a pullback. This is the 15 minutes candle. So if this 5 minutes candle not closing as a stronger bull candle, we can expect for this market again to come down. And here we are waiting for a possible further downside. We see that there is a move initially from this level to this support, and at the moment what we can expect is that the market to if it breaks below, there is still probability for a trend continuation, but we can expect deeper pullback here. In that case, we will be able to take profit even with the trend continuation. So in this here on the 1 minute chart, we can see that this is the previous, now with this swing low here. It's a 15 minutes candle closing. So here is the price has reached the resistance with a one single move. So the probability for now the market to, if it wants to trend back down, we should be able to see break below again. It's in a very key level. So if this this is the 1 minute chart, if this price breaking below, creating a new lower low here, as soon as it will do that, we can move our stop loss here to almost near to the entry to make the trade risk free or with a very minimum pip potential drawdown here. So this is the 5 minutes candle, which is closing with a liquidity grab here, getting some rejection, and that rejection, if we see that this market trending back down here from this 5 minutes candlestick pattern formation, here the price has closed the 15 minutes candle and there's a long wick. We see that rejection, and after this 1 minute close, after the market cross that low, creating a new lower low, we can look for that the price to return again. If we see a new lower low, we'll bring the stop loss here. So the market structure here is pretty choppy, but see that if it is breaking in that direction here, the 5 minutes price action that we can see showing possibility for bearish, right? So this is the 1 minute price action. So I'm moving my stop loss just above this candle, so at 3369.60. So moving my stop loss just above this candlestick pattern to reduce my risk and running in profit, and we will be holding on to this set to this trade to see where possibly it is heading. So my stop loss is just above this high. If it in case going above this level, then I will be out of the trade with minimum. I think I will only be losing the 2 pip, but better to bring that risk here so that we are reducing the risk. Now this is the 1 minute price action. If this market breaking below here, then we are on the trade. If it is going above this high, then you will be out of the trade. It may go up and then could come back down. It may form even a head and shoulder and then could come back down. But because it's a very there is a breakout, we are not taking too big risk to see what kind of market structure is forming. This is the 15 minutes candlestick pattern that we can see, that 15 minutes candle that I would like to see. It's also closing here. So 30 minutes closed with a big long candle. Now the 1 minute trying to break below. Are you guys with me? So if you're running the trade, say yes in the live chat. Thank you. I was not expecting this tonight long drop. Yeah, thank you guys. What's the news for gold? Yeah, I needed to go for thank you very much. We see that the market is here. Currently it's in we see that there is a consolidation here in that area. So that consolidation, okay, so if you look at, this is a very narrow zone, and we can see from here that rejection, so far we are on the profit side, but 15 minutes price action would like to see that it's breaking below here. That's the key. So the 5 minutes that you can see the candle is closing as a potentially a bear candle. The price action is showing so far bearish. So we see that there is a 5 minutes candle also closed, and so far possibility for breaking below is higher, and you can see that this is the 1 hour price action. So far we see that possible for a downtrend, and unless in the last moment it's getting another rejection. Okay, so the bias still showing downside, and here is the market is forming series of lower high. With that series of lower high formation, we would like to see the price to break below. So we are running in profit at the moment with this trade. $29.30 profit. So 2 trades, if we can take this one halfway, that will also be almost to quite a few pip. So you can see the market is slowly pushing back down here in that area, and so here is where you can see there is a red bear candle, and all right, so this is where if you look at the market is forming. So this is the 15 minutes also showing bearish, so the possibility for coming down is higher, so you are holding on to that therefore. And though little consolidation, but we still see that bearish move in that market. I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. If you are enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And we can see that the market is showing here the pattern, and the price is crossing below, which is the market is breaking below here. And that being said, we can see the price is started to trend back down for another possible move back to the downside. Here is the long wick doji, followed by bearish candle, followed by another long wick in that area, that giving us that the market for this price to potentially to trend back down here. Now this is the zone that we can see the price to consolidate, and if the price managed to, the market managed to break below this support level here, there isn't any stronger support, so it might have a drop in that direction. So this is what we're waiting to see, and there's a fair value gap, and we see some pressure coming, but last moment there is a rejection. That's what happens sometime. It might even bounce or break below. So we see a 5 minutes candle closed with a narrower doji, and so 15 minutes price trying to push that support below, and 30 minutes the same. Let's get tested the 20 MA. So our stop loss is here in this market, as you know that. So it's a very tight trade, and if the market drop below, we will be profit, otherwise we'll see what it is heading to. Okay, now here is the doji. That doji being said, okay, it's pushing, trying to push back the up. So it might take us out of the trade at break even. Still on that. So I'm out with the break even, guys, and just 2-3 pip down, which is pushing back up again. We don't want to see what's happening here, and you can see it's forming quite a few long candlestick pattern. 1 minute chart, it just grabbed the liquidity and that trade. Okay, so you can see that it's the currently market in a very strong manipulation. It's because last day of trading week. So we will look forward to see any trade coming later today with the NY session. And yeah, so as soon as we will find entry, we'll be entering again, and I will be also sharing in the group if you are there. It was a great week with all of you guys trading together, and looking forward to see another trading week coming up with quite a few eventful week, and also last week of the month, guys. Keep up. Next 2 weeks pretty volatile, last week of the month as well as the NFP week. We'll be trading together here, and I believe you enjoyed this session. You found value in it. I'm out with the trade. If you guys it's not out, probably you are still on the trade and it should be running in profit. It depends on how you want to manage it. It may come down here or may move in a sideway. And thank you for joining. We'll see you again very soon trading live together.